Hey guys, today we're back on Minecraft. We're going to be doing a couple things with the mob farm, and there's also a couple pretty large changes in the world, so yeah, let's fly around and see what's going on. Alright everybody, so you could probably notice just a few changes right off the bat on your screen, but let's kind of go through them and I'll kind of explain my thinking. So, if you guys remember, the fishing farm used to be right here. And I used to fish, and then all of the stuff would get brought down into these chests. And you might also notice that these chests are a lot higher, and obviously there's scaffolding and there's all of this stuff, and that's all new. So long story short, when I made that fishing farm, it works amazingly. But I did forget one little thing, the fact that if you're fishing and there's a block above it, your fishing gets reduced by like 50%. I never knew this. I forgot when I built it. So once I heard about that, also I heard that rain increases your fishing, so I didn't have rain. So not only can I not have rain because I'm under something, I also like severely impacted my fishing rates. So what I decided to do was take this fishing farm and move it up here. And I'll explain the lava in a second here. So because I moved the fishing farm, that gave me more room for chests. So that's exactly what I did. I simply added more chests. But obviously, these mob farms, I need the mobs to drop a certain distance onto these hoppers over here. But these hoppers need to get up there because I want them to fill from the top down. So I just added this little dropper system just to move the items up. Now, here's a few very important things. When I had the fishing farm down below, I had worse fishing rates, but I did not have to deal with the phantoms flying. Obviously, Minecraft has a mob cap, so you can only have a certain amount of mobs in a certain area, right? And the phantoms counted. And the phantoms don't despawn since they're constantly coming at you. They don't fly away or go anywhere. So legitimately, in 2 hours while fishing, I'd have 30 or 40 phantom above me. And the mob farm would be rendered useless because the cap of the mobs was flying around me, right? So how the AI works with the phantom is they just fly around you and then they dive bomb you, right? So at first I didn't have the lava. I just had the standard fishing farm, right? Well, what I ended up doing was just like surrounding my fishing farm with blocks. So this is the fishing farm itself. So you guys recognize a good old fishing farm, and down below this was just it, this little front portion right here. I also added this little thing to so I can go in the corner. So what I basically did was I left this open, so now rain and the sunshine can come down to increase my fishing rates, and then the lava just pours over the side. Now what happens is when I'm fishing and the elytras spawn, they literally just dive bomb into the lava. Okay, so this is going to be the part of the episode where kind of today's stuff intersects with what we did last time. So another thing along with putting more chests here is I kind of changed direction in my world. So you guys know we built that down there as like a mass storage area. So obviously you can notice that everything is gone. There used to be hundreds of millions of chests right here with items. They're gone. You could probably guess where they went. They went down. Because half of the farms were already going down here. And obviously, if the farms are going down here, I'm not going to take these items and move them up towards the storage. So what I decided is I'm literally just going to make this basement, this is for gunpowder and bones, since we get so much of that from that mob farm. So you could see I built the light system that we built on the other one, and the bones go all the way over here. So you could probably see before there used to be a ladder right here going up, but I moved that over here, and then along the sides of the ladder is the two hoppers, obviously for the gunpowder and the bones. So now all I got to do is take them from here, put them in here, and this drags them all the way down to the silo. Guys, that's mostly everything I did off camera. Now here's the portion where we're going to start to actually do today's stuff. So what did I want to do? Well, half of the stuff I showed you is actually going to get destroyed. So I'm keeping all of the main mechanisms. So I'm keeping the fishing farm up there because of the better rates. I'm still keeping everything at the bottom with the silos. Basically what's going to be changing is what you see here and here. So here's the big change. Whenever I farm here, obviously, all the stuff goes in here, and then I have to go through each one and pick out the stuff, right? Well, I want to make it more automatic. I don't want to have to take the bones from here and move them over here so they can go down. So what my plan is to destroy this stuff, basically the chests that I added, I'm going to take them back down. Because I want to add a filtering system to make it 100% easier on me. Literally, every time I go here, all of these books, I have to go in here and pick out each book. I have to take out each rod. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the big items like rotten flesh, gunpowder, bones, stuff like that. I don't want to have to pick out of here. I just want them to, you know, take away. The unique items, stuff like books, and then the fishing rods, the fish, the nautilus shells, those I want to stay in here. Those I want to pick out because I want to see those when I take them. I want to see how much I got. But when it comes to like bones, I don't care if I got 3,000 bones or 3,250. Like I don't really care. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the top portion off, and we're gonna build a filtering mechanism, which I'll show you guys how to do that with redstone in a little bit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have them filtered. So I'm gonna have the bones go through the filtering system. Ooh, I almost just like fell off. And I'm gonna have them directly go to the hopper for bones. I'm gonna plan, now this is just off the top of my head at this point, I'm probably gonna filter out the fish because you get quite a bit of fish. There are two types of fish. I'm gonna filter out the arrows, obviously the rotten flesh. So the things with the arrows and the rotten flesh is those two items I don't need in any capacity. I'm gonna have them filtered out, but I'm gonna literally have a dropper throwing them into lava. I don't need them. I want them instant. Alright guys, so that's our first kind of mission of the day. We're gonna build a filtering system for this. Now real quick before we start, everything that I did beforehand, I did record it, so I'm gonna put it in a very quick 1 or 2 minute time lapse. So let's watch that and then let's get started.
Counted all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers and names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Aren't you glad to meet me? I mean, I really think you should. Keep on playing, saying it's in your nature. And you go on sucking, blame it all but you. Wanna make you set you up for failure. Should be glad I'm here, I'm making you. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me?
Alright guys, so let me show you guys the filter that we're going to be using. This was made by Mumbo Jumbo. He's a pretty famous Minecraft YouTuber. So just type in Mumbo Jumbo item filter, and this is one of the videos called High Low. It's a very simple filter. Let's just say this is where the items go in. The item's going to be brought along. And this is all the redstone involved, not a lot. It's literally a comparator, repeater, 2 pieces of redstone, torch, and 4 blocks. So basically what this does is it locks up each of these hoppers, and then each of these hoppers has 22 items in it, and whenever it detects the same item as below it, the hopper will open up and let a single item through, and then it does that every single time it detects it. So in this one we have gunpowder, bones, flesh, and cod. So let me just take these out and I can show you guys that it truly does work, and just take out a bunch of random items. So let's go ahead and just let's just stick a few items of each in there, and we can notice so, everything is going through. Maybe let's not put so many arrows in there. There we go. So we can kind of actually get some filtering going through, so you can see items are still going through. So all of the bones are coming in here. It's coming through now. All the flesh is going to start coming in here. Notice no bones or flesh. The gunpowder went in here, and then all the excess items are coming in here that aren't part of these 4. Right, so let's go ahead and start building that. I'm going to go gather the materials. It's honestly an even simpler filter than I thought I could build. So yeah, this won't take long. Alright, I got all the materials in my inventory. Now we have to start out with breaking everything. So I'm just checking which one's my silk touch, which one's not. So this is the main pipeline coming from the upstairs. I don't even know why I'm talking. I'm just gonna get to destroying. Hey guys, so major changes since last time we talked. Now, you saw a lot in the time-lapse, but there was a lot of things you actually didn't see in the time-lapse because I stopped recording. So let's just kind of quickly go through them. I redid the chests really well. So here are all the mob drops that we don't get a super ton of. So 5 double chests is fine. Then we got our fish, salmon, puffer fish, saddles, and I left some room over there for more. And then here are all our weapons and books. So, let me show you guys. I did do a little bit of change over here. I ended up taking the filtering machine and I moved it forward a bit. So I moved it over here so we can get some more actually filtering spots. Because here we would only get like 14. Here we get 16 and then 17 if I choose to add another one. So basically from the fishing, it comes down through this pipeline and goes through the filter. For the mob drops, I switched some stuff inside of there. Usually it would meet here and then both of them would intersect there. What I did is I made this come down here and then these 2 points both converge over here, and just a simple mechanism to move the item up. So it'll go here and then it'll go through the filter. So that way both the fishing and all the mob drops both go through the filter here. So then all of these items will get filtered, and then what we got to do now is add a little thing at the end here to bring it to some chests. And there is going to be all of our books, weapons, fish. So basically our books, weapons, and all of these items will come down here. All of that and the sulfur and the bone will all get automatically filtered to those areas. You can see I removed all of the chests in the middle just for now. I'm going to rebuild them, but I just wanted to get rid of them so I can kind of clarify my brain a little bit. So all of these hoppers are basically just the filter chests going into their specific spots. So let me quickly show you. So you can see each of these chests is going to hold a specific item. So it's going to be filtered, and every single one of these hoppers goes down. And I can actually show you. So if you look here, first one goes to bone, second one goes to gunpowder. The third one, it's going to go all the way over here and back to this chest. The second one is going to run over here to that second chest. So basically, and you could, if you really want to take a look, you could look at the layering. So each of these ones just kind of goes forward and then sideways, forward and sideways, forward and sideways to each of these ones over here. And obviously that last chest loops around over here and goes to that one. So guys, all we have left to do is make that last chest area where all of this stuff will go and actually put the items in for the filter. Alright everybody, so let's do that super quickly. We just have to remember the order of these, but that shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so hopefully now this will work. Let's take a look. Yes, okay, so I don't know why that worked, but apparently these have to stick out. They can't be facing down. So, not 100% sure why that's going on, but hey, that's okay. So, 18 just like that. So maybe we're not going to need that 24 then. We're just going to need, yeah, just like that. Also place one down here. Alright, so I'm going to do this, and I'll meet you guys in a second. Alright everybody, so all of the items are placed, and each one there's 22 items. Everything should be ready. Yep, everything looks to be done. There's only one last thing. We should probably make an area for the non-items, so those ones to go. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit better later, because right now I don't... Maybe I will. Maybe I should just do it right now, actually. Alright, sorry guys, just had to fix the little issue of getting the hoppers down here because of course there's hoppers right there, but I think I managed to figure it out. So what I did was remove one layer of the chests, so obviously all of the hoppers go into there, have the one top layer going all the way across, and then I had a little bit of trouble here, but I managed to get around it by this last one right here. Basically I just circumvented it by a single block, and then took this one and put it straight up through there, and that one goes right into the filter. So it's time to test the filter. So it was actually kind of a good thing that I decided to grab one more of each block, because now we can test it to make sure like everything goes where it properly needs to go. And of course we'll grab some items that don't belong in there. Like let's grab some of like these blocks, and let's grab like a book or two, and let's grab like a bow or two. Okay, so let's make sure everything goes through correctly. So this is kind of like the finishing. So we reconstructed all the chests. We have a new middle. The fishing stuff goes down that line. All of the mob stuff goes through that line. And then all of the meat at this filter right here. And then obviously each of these filters out a single item. So that's kind of like a small synopsis. So let's go ahead and start sticking stuff in here. So I really hope this works because it's gonna be a mess. Let's just start sticking things in there. You can see things are gonna start disappearing here soon. Let's stick that, stick that, stick that. All of these books. Okay. Now, let's take a look. Did everything go in the proper spot? So everything that... Okay, let's... I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous. I need this to work. Everything that is bad should end up going in here first. Okay? So none of these items are filtered. And it looks like... Okay, I think that was an item from before. Okay, I think, guys, I think it works. Just to test it real quickly, let's take all of the string out of there. Let's take all of the string, and let's put the string back in here. Let's see if it makes it all the way down to where it should. Now, just a quick note about this filter. It is a very great filter. Very cheap, very easy. The only cheap part is not the hoppers, but I personally made it more complicated with the hoppers. The only thing is you have to make sure it doesn't back up, because if it backs up, it will break. Let's see. The string is in here. Perfect. Oh god, I'm so relieved that it works. Okay guys, so you know what this means. We have a fully functioning mob/fishing farm, and all of the items are almost completely automated. Okay guys, I lied to you. I actually will be putting in the filtering for all these, and it's already done. I just thought, you know what, I'd rather do it now. I'm going to do it later. Let's just do it now. So, real quickly, let me show you what I did. You guys already know that we have these filters. All I did was loop that back around, had 3 more filters for the 3 more items, and then have it run back down. So basically, now these 3 items will also get filtered, so we'll only have the books, bows, and the fishing rods. So yeah, all these get filtered, and all 3 get filtered down here. So this is the first one, and the second one, and then the third one, and they'll come, and the first one will go all the way down there, the second one will go over there, and they'll each get filtered to their respective place. And you can see it down here, you can see the pattern. And the only reason I dropped it one by one is because the mob farm actually goes straight that way. I gotta make sure it doesn't hit the mob farm. The only reason I didn't filter out the saddles is because they are not stackable. And actually I forgot to mention that. This is strictly a stackable item filter, because obviously you need 18. So you can't stack 18 saddles because they don't stack like that. So just remember, this is also only for stackable items. So guys, I'm gonna start editing this video. I don't know how much time I have left, but we could work on another project now. I think we will probably do another small project. So guys, yeah, let me think of what I need to do. Alright everybody, so we're around 25 minutes, so I am going to end off the episode. I'm just going to show you one more thing super quickly, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually leaving the house in like 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and leave my computer on fishing and to give it a final test, and then I might leave it in the comments to say if it worked or if something broke, but I'm almost 100% sure this is going to work. But before I end off the episode, I want to show you guys one thing. So, you saw it in the time-lapse earlier in the episode, but I did build a new place for my animals. So here are my cows. This one's going to be for pigs. I just haven't put any because I don't use pigs. And then this little place for sheep. So the reason I did this was because I wanted a bigger space for the animals. Because let me show you guys what I'm currently using. Also, the big motivating factor was the fact that animals cause a lot of lag, right? And all of my animals are contained right here, or they were before. So if I would have a lot of animals, I would get a lot of lag right here because the animals are so close. So I basically couldn't have a lot of animals just because of the fact that I would start lagging from having thousands of entities here. So what I did is I killed off most of those, and now our animals are going to be over here. So what this is going to let me do is have like thousands and thousands of animals here, and it won't be causing me lag while I work around our base, which is super nice. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that real quick. So guys, yep, I'm gonna have to end off the episode here anyway. I'm probably gonna take like a week break and go mining, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but look at all these hoppers. Look at all these hoppers. Look at all of these hoppers. I don't have any iron left. I literally, like, I don't have any iron. It's incredible. I had like 10 stacks of iron blocks, and I don't have any more. My iron chest is completely depleted. I'd have 0 iron. I even had to stoop down to coming over here and taking hoppers from over here. So technically these chests are full, so I don't need anything, but I literally had to get them from here. Alright guys, this is going to be another episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I had a lot of fun. It's going to be cool now when I'm fishing. All my items are just going to come down here. I don't even have to worry about it anymore, and then I don't have to spend hours and hours sorting through the items. They just go to their respective chests, which that's going to save me so much time, so I'm super happy. So guys, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless, and goodbye.